Ah, here we are. Here we are. Welcome, welcome. Did I hit live on Instagram? We'll do that in 1 second when I am popping in there right now. Okay, hey, happy Friday evening, you guys. No, Friday evening. What's wrong with me? It's Sunday evening. Oh my word. I wish it's Friday evening. All right. So I don't know if you guys have caught any of my other lives so far, but this is the season that I have started of overcoming some of the mindset blocks that everybody's dealing with because Black Friday season, December, for many network marketers, everybody is kind of slowing down. Some of you are slowing down because you want to be there with your family and so on and so forth. However, you need to get into action right now because right now is the moment where you are building. And I want to be helpful to everyone who's struggling with some of the mindset obstacles that you have. And I've been reaching out to a few people. I've been asking for situations where people are dealing with. And one of the messages that I got back with was that she was afraid of going live. And I feel like this is something that so many of you are able to relate with. When you're afraid to go live, but you don't really know why. You don't really know why you are afraid to show up. And then shortly before this live, I got another message from somebody saying that they are afraid, hold please, that they are afraid to reach out to people because they're worrying about other people's opinions. Okay. And I feel like this is something that is so common, so common. We all want to be liked. We all want people to think good of ourselves. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into why that is. Okay. So first of all, we have the fear of judgment. The fear of judgment is showing up in a way where they can say, who does she think, she is? Or maybe she's trying too hard, or she's not good enough to teach this. Those could be thoughts that we think other people are going to have about us, right? We think that they may think this about us, but we don't know for sure. We just think somebody could think that. And then we over dramatize that in our brain. Our brain over dramatizes that. And I want you to realize why that is. Back then, in the Stone Ages, right? The way how we, especially as females, are made. We are made that we must be accepted. We must be liked. We must be in a community. That is who we are. That is the feminine energy that we all have. So many of us, though, are forced to be masculine and being in the masculine energy. And it has nothing to do with gender, I promise. It has everything to do with the amount of energy and the way we show up. So females in their brain have that brain capacity. They're hardwired for connection. We are hardwired to need to be together in a tribe. And when we participate in actions that are masculine, right? So meaning putting ourselves out there, ready to be judged, we are risking that connection piece. We are risking that somebody may say, nope, not for you. You are not it. I don't like it. Who does she think she is? She's trying too hard, and she may not even be good enough to teach this. So why is she doing this anyway? And then we could say, and we can start thinking this, maybe people are going to think we are out for just having our ego. Some people are saying we are narcissistic. Some people are saying we're just money hungry gold diggers. Like, there's a lot of nasty comments online, and especially for females, right? If a man shows up and does these things, look at that. He's trying. Look at him. How brave. Look at him. How courageous. I saw a reel earlier today from somebody where they had the same scenario with the rodeo cowboy. The rodeo cowboy got bucked off the horse, and the comments on social media were literally you know, look how courageous he is, look how amazing that is, yada, yada, yada. However, the female bull rider or rodeo rider got bucked off. Same horse, same scenario, but she got torn to pieces from everyone in the comments. We see these things, even if we are not conscious about it, we see the injustice of showing up. And that is where our brain wants to keep us safe and wants to say, wait a minute, nah, we shouldn't do that. We should not put ourselves out here this way, because people may say something bad about you, okay? What I want to tell you though, what I want to tell you is back then in the times, we didn't have the internet. Back then in times, there was not even cars or anything. There was literally only your cave and your specific tribe. So you depended on that tribe to survive. If they would cast you out, you didn't have anybody anymore, you would probably die, right? So you depended on that. That is a genetic, I don't know what the words are for that, but that's genetically in our brain ingrained. Today's world, however, with the internet, yes, we are way more available to people to knock us down and to have hate comments or people saying bad things about us, but we also have a lot more opportunity to look for other people coming back to us and connect with us and agree with us. Okay. So that is, I think, what we need to consciously, continuously tell ourselves, that if we put ourselves out here with an opinion, with a talent, with a gift, with a desire, with a purpose, whatever the reason is why you are out here doing the things, selling your products, talking about your coaching business, talking about whatever your purpose is, why you are online and your business is, if you tap into purpose, right? If you tap into why you're doing it other than a selfish reason, meaning you want to make money. Of course, we all do this because we want to make money. There is not one person that says, oh, I just like to be online, right? Those are probably the narcissists. I mean, the people that like to the people that just like to have fame, right? Those people, no, we're not like that. We are here to make money, of course. However, we are here to make money as a exchange. Okay, now we're tapping a little bit into this money mindset because we often feel bad of wanting and asking for money, asking for something in return, and this is where the disconnect is coming up. This is where the misalignment is coming up. We don't want to be cast out for the tribe, and then we also don't want to be seen as a money hungry gold digger that is like just out there scamming people. Okay, those thoughts can get quite dramatic. They can go quite crazy in our brain if we don't wrangle them in. I always say to people that are over dramatizing, wrangle in those unicorns, because do we even know what we are talking about here right now, right? How can we ground ourselves? How can we align ourselves? We ground and align ourselves in our mission, vision, and values. Mission, vision, values. What is our mission in life? What are we here for? What kind of person are we? Breaking this down, I mean, this is a topic for another live, but brand identity, okay? Brand identity, who are you? What is your reputation? Who are you as a person? Your brand identity has 3 different layers, right? And one of the layers is a self-identity. Who are you as a person? And that comes to play, that is very important to overcome this live. So if you are thinking, okay, I want to go live, and yes, I like the product, I'm 150% for the product, I understand the product, all this stuff, then that portion of brand identity you have nailed down. So that's good, but you don't have your self-identity covered yet, okay? Who are you as a person and why are you okay to show up? Why are you okay to stand out here? So I'm going to give you an example. I myself, I had to work through the same thing, right? I could never understand why I couldn't reach out to people. I had a hardest time. I was 100% for the products. I was 100% for my coaching. I was 100%, but I could not, for the life of me, stay consistent with my reach outs. And it all boiled down to my self-identity. I needed to accept the fact that I'm an introvert. I needed to accept the fact that I need recharge time. I needed to accept the fact that I'm not the event girl. I am not the person that goes out and makes everything for everybody all the time. And I don't have that energy. I am an introverted leader. I am somebody that is on for some time and I love to serve and I'm empathic. I can read people's emotions. I can absorb people's emotions. I can put myself into their shoes. But I also needed to learn the boundaries to make sure that I have time to recharge, right? So this is where you need to figure out for yourself, where are you at? Who are you as a person? Because that is what you're going to then bring into that business section, into that life. Okay, so fear of judgment, not being clear on your self-identity, that is really, really important. Now, number 2 here, the reason why you possibly don't want to go live is because maybe a fear of messing up, the fear of not being perfect, stumbling over your words, getting a question they can't answer, awkward silences, or maybe technical glitches. These are insecurities. But these insecurities are going to go away by just going live. Just do it. Just do it. Now, here's the thing. The good news is when no one is following you, right? We sometimes put so much pressure on us having to have so many followers and, before we do anything. No, do it now where you have nobody watching you. Because if you have no one watching you, you get just to practice. You just get to practice. You get to practice how this works. Does it work? Does it not work? If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter because no one saw it. No one saw it. It's fine, right? But if people see it later, okay, so what? They see it later. You can always delete it, right? Think about it. You can always delete it. So really, that's just good when you have nobody watching. Just start it, practice it, try it, and if you really, really hate it, you just delete it afterwards. Okay, number 3 is the fear of being seen as salesy, and that comes back down to your identity, okay? Your brand identity, your self-identity, that is really, really important. And so we have, wait a minute, I had a note so I don't forget it. So self-identity, brand identity, and then your business identity. Who are you as a leader? And that is basically where that comes into, right? The fear of being seen as salesy. What do you think in your brain? What do you think a salesperson is like? How far is that off from how you want to be? And then who has said that you have to be like that person that you see originally? See, this is where we all think wrong. We have an image in our brain, what a salesperson is like, and then we have an image in our brain with who we are, right? What we want to be like. And for some reason, you're thinking that only this is going to work. But that's not how it is. See, with online sales, that's the beauty of it. Everything is going to work. The work will work. Whatever works will work. So if you work your angle, your perspective, your mission, vision, values, you will then attract the people that are like you, okay? The people that hear you, the people that like your tone of voice, the people that maybe like the way you look or the way you talk or the way you explain things. Tonality is important. All these things is important, but not to attract the masses, but rather to attract the people that are meant to you. The more authentic you can be with who you are, really, the more you're going to attract a tribe of people that are like you, that want you. They like to hear you. They like your tone. They like your dialect. They like your way of explaining things. They are excited about it, right? That is who you're going to attract. And yes, there's a moment when you build an audience where it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable because you don't know if they're going to like you or they're not. And the way how I work through this is I'd rather, and this is a thought that I keep in my brain every single time I go live, every single time I do a course, a workshop, online, an in-person event, any of those things that are uncomfortable for me, every single time I think to myself, I'd rather be alone than with a room full of people that do not like me. Okay? So when I speak here online with no one listening, I am totally fine. I am totally fine because I rather be alone than have everyone listen to me and they hate me. Okay. So the people that don't like you, they see you and they immediately click out. They're immediately gone. They're not going to comment. They're going to look at you for a second. They're not going to come back. They're not going to engage with you. So that's fine. That's fine with me. Okay. If they don't like what I have to say, I'd rather be alone because in my brain, even if I have no one listening to me right now, in my brain, I am going to literally just practice. Practice, 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 practice. I'm creating content for later on. I am creating a footprint. I'm creating a memory. I'm creating a legacy. I practice speaking. I practice tonality. I practice skills. And that is more important to me than me worrying about what other people think because they are not paying my bills, right? So this is where when you start thinking about your experience and your service to others, and the more you practice, the better you're going to be able to serve those that are really into you. You can just shift your mindset that way, right? Okay, so the other points here, what else do we have? Your fear of low views, right? That's what I was just addressing. Like, who cares? I'd rather be in a room by myself than with a room of people that don't like me. The fear of not being an expert. Well, you are an expert on what you're talking about because you probably lived it, or you are experienced it in other ways, or you maybe have done the research, right? In any event, I feel like you are good to act as a guide. What's an expert anyway? Because even doctors, think about it, even doctors get things wrong. They're an expert. They have been going to school, but they misdiagnose all the time. You know, a car dealership, a car mechanic misdiagnoses things all the time. They're an expert. So what really is an expert, right? I mean, that's a good question to ask. Right. So fear of consistency. They know once you go live, they should do it again. Okay. So when you go live, you make the decision upon yourself. What is good for you? Like I challenged myself of going live every single day now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go live every single day. Why? Because I want to stand out. My brand needs to stand out from the AI. I want to be an actual real human out here instead of everyone being AI. I want to ground the people that are looking for guidance. I want to be here for those people that need support. I want to be here for the people that say, you know what, this world, this online market is really overwhelming me right now, and I don't even know where to start. Those people that need guidance, that need support, that want to have clarity, that want to deal with confidence, learn with confidence, and that want to have mindset mastery so they can have a solid foundation. Those online entrepreneurs, those social sellers, those network marketers, those are the people that I can help solidly right now, right? I have learned all these different puzzle pieces from, it all starts with mindset and belief, by the way. If you don't have solid mindset and solid belief, you just will never take the actions. So none of the skills that you're learning all over the place, how to do this and how to do that, you will just never do. So it's all a waste of money, guys. Think about it. It's all a waste of money. If you do not have solid mindset and take consistent action in the bottom tier of what has to be done, that is posting and lead generation. This is the bottom tier of what online entrepreneurs need to do. You need to have a storefront out there. You need to have posts up somewhere that people see what you are selling. If you are not doing that, you have nothing to sell, right? If you don't want to post publicly on your profile, well, what are you going to post? Post about yourself so that the people can make opinions if they like you as a person, as a human or not. If you don't do that, you still got to go back to mindset mastery. You still got to go back to belief. You got to figure out what is the disconnect, because it's not the skill level that is a problem. The skill level is not the issue. The issue is a disconnect in your thoughts of what you think your work means and what other people think their work means. Okay. So that's what it is. Then when people are dealing with the fear of visibility, for example, when they're hitting live, right? When they're going live, they're having a fear of visibility. Again, it comes to confidence with yourself, confidence with your mindset, confidence with your self identity. Who are you? Why are you here? What are you trying to do? What are you thinking about the fact that you are out in online sales? What are you thinking? Do you have to be a sleazy salesperson, or can you sell it in a way that is congruent with what you think about yourself, right? See, I'm a salesperson that I love sales. I love problem solving. I love solving problems for people. Okay, if you have a problem, I love figuring out the answer to it. I love showing up for you. I love using my creativity power to make something work for you, right? I love using my curiosity to let you see that there's a gazillion different ways. I want to say how to skin a cat, but that's we don't want to skin any cats. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I've realized that my skill set that I naturally have as a person, I am curious, I'm empathetic, not pathetic, I'm empathetic. Is that how you say it? Empathic. That's how you say it, not empathetic. So empathic, I am spontaneous, I'm adventurous, I am curious, right? I am creative. Did I say creative? I'm resilient. I'm perseverant. I have perseverance. What's the word for it? I don't know. I have some language issues still, even though I'm an American now, but I'm working on it, guys. It's a work in progress, right? I mean, that makes me me. This makes me me. And for some people are like, well, that sounds not competent. Some people could say that doesn't sound competent. That's okay. For those people, there's a different mentor out there. There's a different coach out there. For me, anyone who needs to find their path in a curious way, someone who wants to learn how to become themselves so that they can then help others, those are my people. Okay, those are my people. I mean, I obviously can also teach some of the other skills you need, but I mean, all the lead generations, all the content creations, all the branding, all the duplication, all of that I can teach you too. But it all starts with mindset. If you don't have a mindset that lets you work, that lets you show up, that lets you reach out, that's where you got to start. None of the other things matter. Really, at that point, none of the other things matter. All right, my friends, this was again 23 minutes. If you want to get some help in that area, make sure you're checking out the Freedom Mentorship. Comment grow below and I will send it to you, or check out the link somewhere here. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the bio. Instagram, I think it's in the bio. Facebook, I don't know if it's anywhere there, but come and grow and I will send it to you. It's $27 is the monthly subscription for the group. Okay. That is nothing. And the reason why I made it nothing is because it's on purpose nothing. I want it affordable for everyone. It's not because the value you're receiving is cheap. It's because I want it affordable for those that are starting out. Because when you start and deal with the mindset issue, you can't spend $20, $30, $50,000 on a mastermind because you're trying to get there. You're trying to make it work. You're trying to figure out what's my insecurities like. What am I even doing here? Is this for me? Is this not for me? Right? So you cannot necessarily spend $20,000 on becoming a business person just yet. So that's why that mentorship is only $27. That's the entry level. That's for you to kind of get into mindset mastery, right? You gain clarity, you gain confidence, and you're going to gain the tools to level up. Okay. That is that. However, if you are already a seasoned network marketer and you know the basics, but you cannot pinpoint what really is keeping you from taking the action that you need to take, you cannot pinpoint how to make it all work. You really do want to make it work, but you can't. I have, and that is on Black Friday special right now, for short time only. That is my one-on-one mentorship program for the year 2026. Okay. If you really want to level up in 2026, this is what you should be doing. This is normally $300 a month as of right now, and you are going to get it for 20% off plus 2 months free of coaching if you sign up now. Okay. That is 20% off plus 2 months free of coaching. That's a total of $1,500 discount if you sign up before we're on Black Friday latest. Okay. It is important that you think about it. When you calculate this down, this will give you one-on-one mentorship with me every week. Now think about what we can do. Think about what we can accomplish. We can accomplish a ton of stuff. And it's not just in business, but it is in private life, with your parenting, whatever it is. I am a certified life coach. I am a Stephen minister with my church, and I am mindset coach. Okay, mindset and sales coach. So if that is something that you think you might want to do, I have limited amount of spots. Those fill up really quickly. I'm busy person, so they fill up quickly. If you want that, you need to get in there now so I can rearrange my schedule for 2026. Okay, once Black Friday hits, that is done and over with. It goes back to the normal price, because then it might actually go up in price. We'll have to see. But it all depends on how many people are going to be in there, and I'm busy. So if you cannot afford the one-on-one and that's too much for you, then definitely the $27, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Right. Bye. We'll see you all tomorrow.